Hi friends. This is coachroseaj, Carnivore Girl for Life, coming to you on October the 4th after my bomb-ass hot cycle hot works workout. Y'all, I decided I prefer to come on like this, really informal, just as thoughts kind of come through my membrane, just to talk and say what's up. So, my friends, what I want to talk to you about today is the reasons why I stick to intermittent fasting and the carnivore way of life. I'm going to give it to you plain, straight, and simple because it works for me. That's number one, right? But one of the main, and working out is a part of my daily protocol. Some form of movement helps with my mental wellness. It gets my brain cells activated. It gets those endorphins, keeps me happy. Now, this is the deal, y'all. When I was really struggling on the standard American diet, then I explored different diets like the flexitarian protocol, vegan, vegetarian. Those lasted for brief moments. I tried, Slim Fast, off and on, the shakes. Beachbody and, Weight Watchers. I tried their mini meals and would end up eating 3 days worth in one day. This is what I found out when I transitioned to the ketogenic diet and intermittent fasting in December of 2018. I found that it worked for me, especially the intermittent fasting part, where I immediately went to one meal a day because I realized that I am a volume eater. I like to eat till I'm full and be done with it. When I was trying to do 2 meals on the intermittent fasting protocol, it just didn't work because my mind was still racing. I was still thinking about when the next time I was going to eat. So I figured that out pretty early on, right? Now, the dietary protocol, low carb, ketogenic, all that stuff, the reason why it didn't work for me, and I found out through trial and error, is because I had too many food choices, too many triggers, and I was trying to eat too many foods that were like the standard American diet. I was eating packaged food that had all these chemicals in it that made me want more and more, that lit my brain up, right? So in January of 2020, when I finally decided to give carnivore a try, the healing process actually took off to a whole nother level. Although I was eating a very broad assortment of meat, by a year's time in 2021, I had zeroed in on what my preferences were. Does that make sense? My preferences. Yes, I spent a whole lot of money trying to explore, only to find out that I don't like pork in general. Depending on what it is, I generally don't like pork. In general, I'm not fond of pork chops unless they're cut a specific way. They're thin sliced and fried in bacon, oil, and all that good stuff. In general, there's only certain cuts of beef that I like, right? So with that being said, I eat pretty much, when I say pretty much the same thing every day because it works for me. It cuts out all the noise and it simplifies my life, right? Kind of like there's probably some things that you need to do in order to make sure you are running an efficient household. There's certain things that you and your partner might agree on with parenting styles that you guys don't negotiate because, your parenting styles for your children work, but there might be some wiggle room on other things, right? When it comes to parenting or running your household or whatever it is. So the reason why I really stick to this way of life is because it simplifies it. It simplifies everything for me. I just automatically know. And then my sometimey foods, when I say sometimey, those add a little lift, a little variety outside of salmon patties, ground beef, ground turkey, or if I'm eating beef brisket or chuck roast, and then sometimes steak, depending on if they're on sale, right? And so what else do I eat on eggs. Eggs are my ultimate jam. I told you guys the story yesterday about my lanietas. I'm giving them, they're 7, almost 8. You know, I'm parking outside a Safeway and telling them to go in and get me either 18 or 24 eggs for $5. But I didn't explicitly say to them, get the cheapest, get the white eggs, you know, yada, yada, yada. They came out with these brown organic eggs, you know, and they were $6.99. The cashier gave them the $2 and said it's fine, yada yada yada. I sent them back in, you know, to pay the cashier back, and she said no. And we had a conversation about, you know, navigating stores alone together. You know, one had the phone, just on and on and on. Had my other phone so we could communicate, and of course I'm watching the door like a hawk. And we talked about the kindness of others, especially when it's unexpected, and how you pay it forward, just on and on and on, right? So this is what I want to say. When I have too many options, okay, I was talking about sometime food. So I always have eggs every day in my protocol, anywhere from 6 to 10. Just whatever I want to do with the eggs, 6 to 10, because they're very satiating. They're filled with nutrients. They're my jam. You know, typically I just scramble them in whatever leftover residual oil from the meat that I'm eating, yada, yada, yada. So it's all good, right? That's a non-negotiable, okay? And then my sometime foods are yogurt. You know, it's Greek yogurt, the full-fat Greek yogurt, and cheese and pork rinds, right? Plain pork rinds. So those are my sometime foods. Did I happen to get this way overnight? No, I didn't. No, I didn't. And I want to share with you guys also. So yesterday, Friday and yesterday, I decided to try Diet Pepsi, because we had took our students out and about at school, and we take them to restaurants and stuff. And I don't eat. I still eat at my 3 o'clock protocol. So Friday, I purchased a Diet Pepsi, right? Diet Pepsi had no repercussions, and no, that's not what I would normally drink in my fasting window, but I thought I should be a patron, buy something and tip, right? So I bought that. I enjoyed the Diet Coke with absolutely no ice, Diet Pepsi, whatever it was. And I didn't have any immediate repercussions. So guess what? When I took my lanietas to the play yesterday, you know, they did their thing and whatnot. And, I decided to support the establishment other than buying tickets, yada, yada, yada. I said, oh, I'll just have another Diet Pepsi. Y'all, why was I beyond not being able to function at about 3:30, 4 o'clock when I was eating my meal? I was like, something is not right here. I'm just feeling a little off balance, like a little vertigo-y. Y'all, so this is what I want to tell you. When you clean up what you are eating, your body will respond almost immediately. The first sip and first glass that I had of Diet Pepsi on Friday didn't push the bullet for me. But when I had that bottle of Diet Pepsi yesterday, it sent me into overload, right? So that's the same thing with foods. If you're trying to sort out your workouts, you're trying to sort out your dietary protocol, I'm going to tell you, you are an experiment of one. Listen to your body when it gives you warning signals. So this morning throughout my workout, I was kind of like a little hangover-y, a little hyped. You know, I had my morning coffee. And then at the end of my workout, sweating up a storm, I finally pulled through, and I feel like myself right now, right? So I'm not going to engage in Diet Pepsi, Diet Coke anymore, even though, you know, I want to support the cause by being a patron. So if they don't have plain sparkling water, I will have to revert back to just drinking black coffee. And that's another thing. Black coffee is my jam, y'all. It's my jam. It will always be my jam. So I'm going to stay in that zone. But really, the reason why I stick to the carnivore lifestyle and the intermittent fasting lifestyle, working out every day, and, you know, movement. It doesn't necessarily have to be hardcore movement, but some kind of movement every day. Black coffee on the daily after a 68-day hiatus is because it works for me. It works for me, right? It simplifies my whole life. I know what I'm going to do, when I'm going to do it. And the only thing that I have to consider when I do my meal in the evening, and it only takes, or in the afternoon, it only takes 10 minutes, right? Do I need 4 hamburger patties? Do I want cheese today? Or am I going to have, you know, this piece of salmon and 3 hamburger patties and 6 eggs? It just simplifies the whole process, y'all, the whole process. So keep going for what you know in the universe. You have the answers within you. Your answers are within, my friend. They are all within. Keep going. If something doesn't resonate with you, if something sends the hackles up on the back of your neck, or if you get a thought bubble after you eat something and then there's symptoms that arise, pay attention to that. Take care of yourself. Pay attention to that. Or if you are in a relationship or you have friends or family that are not supportive of you and what you're trying to do to pull through to become the human that you know you were intended to be, pay attention to that. Your gut, which is your second brain, will never lie to you. Your intuition will never lie to you, y'all. It will never lie. I know we ride, y'all. We ride hard on loyalty. We ride hard on discipline, or we might be all over the map. But there's some core things that we have, values within us that resonate with us each and every day. Pay attention to those. And if you are listening to the voices that are outside of you, if you're listening to your family, your friends, your therapists, you know, everybody else tell you what to do. If you're listening to everybody else tell you what to do, my friend, I want you to slow your roll. Please slow your roll. Pay attention to you, yourself, and you. And once you start honoring what you know to be true for you, those other voices are going to fade in the background. I have three people that go with me everywhere I go 24/7. There's Zelda, who is that badass warrior who will kick up some ass and some dirt and tell you about yourself to your face, and then some, and ride off like ain't nothing had happened. And then there's Honey, who's the angelic, God-praising warrior, you know, the angel that sits on my shoulder that kind of reels me in and say, you don't have to go that hard with this conversation, or Rose, you know, you need to take care of yourself because this is what ultimately happens when you go down that road, whatever it is, right? Whatever it is. So between Honey and Zelda and me in the human form, I'm constantly in conversation with myself about what I want my day to look like, what I want my hour to look like, what is my meal going to look like, and why I intermittent fast. It's the mood adjustment, which is balance. The blood sugar roller coaster is stable, right? Is stable, right? And I'm not compulsively searching for my next bite of food. I'm not. Because I know at 3 o'clock every day or later, that's my go time. That's my meal time. Yes, it does take a little bit of discipline to choose to have 2 or 3 meals a day or 1 meal a day. But set up what you want for yourself, my friend, each and every day. And let me tell you something. If you don't make a decision about your life, if you don't make a decision about what you're choosing to eat, if you don't make a decision to advocate for yourself when it comes to other people, other populations, or even the professional people being doctors, if you don't advocate for yourself, who do you expect to advocate for you, boo? We only got one life, one motherfucking life. And we need to make this the best life, the best day, the best moment for the rest of our lives. All right, y'all, I'm off to the races to go to Costco to pick up my ground beef, to pick up my beef patties, my eggs, and my Via packets, which are the dark roast, the Starbucks instant coffee. And I think that's it. I love you guys to the core. Thank you so much for hanging in there with me. I'm wanting to grow this channel. I'm wanting to help people to help themselves, because at the very end of every single day, you, yourself, and you is the only person you have to answer to, right? I mean, really. So me, myself, and I, if I take care of me, I can rise to the occasion to help others to take care of themselves. And that's not being selfish, y'all. That's not being selfish. That's being realistic. When you can rely on yourself, sure, you might need help along the way. Sure, you might need a support system. Sure, you might need to listen to somebody else. But ultimately, that listening, when you learn to listen to yourself, it's on. All right, guys, please do me a favor. I'm just going to keep talking to y'all, keep uploading these videos, and I ain't doing no editing, y'all. No editing at all. I'm not. I'm just going to keep talking as God works through me to have these conversations with whoever might need to hear it. I'm going to keep on keeping on. And yes, I'm going to use my beautiful phone to do that instead of, being at home in my office and doing it. Now I'll do it there too, but I feel more real, more, on the spontaneous when I just do it from here, y'all. You know what I'm saying? So please take care of yourselves, so that you can go and take care of others. So I'm going to be good to myself so that I can go and help others, y'all. You, yourself, and you, first and foremost. CPR mask on before you can help anybody else. All right, I love y'all to the core. I'm trying to grow this channel. I'm going to keep running my mouth. Yes, I am Carnivore Girl for life, but I'm also about the life of people being true to themselves. Whatever dietary protocol you choose to honor for yourself, do it well. Okay? I'm about that life. Let's go, friends. Let's go. Today is February 4th, and please like, share, and subscribe, and holla at a sister. I'm waiting to hear from y'all in the YouTube streets. Whatever we do, I'm 56. I'm handling mine. Whatever age you are, I believe you're handling yours. And what I also want to tell you guys, that every behavior that we have, whether it's positive, whether it's middle ground, whether it's acceptable, whether it's negative, however you want to label the behaviors, your behavior is trying to tell you something. Your behavior is speaking volumes. And I believe that all behaviors, however you want to label it, is you trying to seek help. I believe all behaviors are positive. And real quick, in a hurry, before I close this out, because I think I got sidetracked. So me following the ketogenic protocol, me following the Carnivore for Life protocol for myself, how I do it, my exercise regimen, my intermittent fasting protocol, me having conversations, me being a coach, everything that I'm doing serves me and serves me well. It creates a balance of my needs, and for me to be able to help others. It cuts out all the noise, because a lot of times when we are caught up in decision overwhelm and fatigue, when we're caught up in that, we just go for the quickest thing, whether it's packaged food or laying on the couch, or, not taking care of ourselves at the expense of taking care of everyone else. Whatever it is, we get caught up into overwhelm. And a real quick example of what I mean by this is I had taken off my nails. I loved acrylics for years. I stopped wearing them about 3 months ago. And I bought a lot of those things. I forget what they're called. They're like, you put them on and then you mold them to your nail. They're like the sticky things. And these last about 2 weeks, right? So I put a lot of clear polish over them and sparklies to make them, last. So then I got caught up. I don't know whether it was a commercial or something on Instagram, but called Olive in June. Okay, Olive and June, a nail care system. You know, it's almost gel-like. So y'all, yes, between Friday and yesterday, I probably spent about 4.5 hours, you know, signing up for their email, going on their website. I was going to purchase the system, but then, you know, I was like, why am I going to purchase the system when it's really the nail polish and the color, the color and the sealer, the clear coat that's supposed to be 10 days? Why am I going to buy the emery board, you know, the gel, whatever, the cuticle remover and all that stuff? I got all that already, right? So I went on to their website several times, watched reviews, did the YouTube tunnel, and read reviews, supposedly a very good system, yada, yada, yada. But because they sent me a 20% coupon, I said, oh, okay, I'll go ahead and order some shit, right? I'll go ahead and order some shit. But I was trying just to get what I needed versus their system. Every time I pushed the cart, it wouldn't take my welcome 20% off because the items I chose wasn't valid. But when I put this nail system in with the nail colors, it took it. And then I just finally, y'all, went on to Amazon. They didn't have Olive and June. Then I went to Google and just said Olive and June, whatever the system is. And lo and behold, they had colors at Target. They had the clear, they had colors. So I ordered a couple of colors in the clear. And I'm going to go pick up the order. Another way that I stop getting into overwhelm is I just order as much as I can online and then just do the pickup, because it cuts down me walking up and down the aisles, yada, yada, yada. So I'm going to pick that up tonight while I'm out doing errands before I start my week, and I'll let you guys know. But yeah, just stop the overwhelm. In order to stop the overwhelm, just decide one day at a time what you gonna do, what you gonna eat, what you gonna do for workouts, you know, what your guiding principles are, y'all. We got them inside. We got them inside. Pay attention to what makes your soul happy and what lights up your brain. Okay, so what works for me might not work for you, but something that works for me might work for you. Just pay attention to what's guiding your soul. I love y'all. Peace out. Please drop a comment. Let me know what you're doing. You know, how your February 4th is going. What are you working on today? Please like, subscribe, and share, because we want to make sure that there's a balance in these YouTube streets. You know, people of color, people over 55, you know, whatever it is. All right, guys, you have a voice. Listen to your voice and let's be on with it. All right, bye-bye.